hard seltzer in the world and the official hard seltzer of Day Drinking with Dog. Ditch the malt, add tequila. Welcome back, Day Drinking with Dog. It is May 8th again. The calendar just rolls and rolls and rolls right by. Last night was the... I don't even know how many fucking we've done in a row now, but the graduation party for Sacred Heart. They have it at Stonebridge. They basically rent out the whole restaurant on a random Tuesday night. Sometimes it's Wednesday. And it was fun. Yeah, fun for all. You know, those college kids really tip very well. Alan Grealish is with me today. Alan, welcome to the show.
Thanks
You are absolutely. You are one of the many Irish Heritage Society members that have crossed paths of the Day Drinking with Dog show.
Yeah,
and
we've a big influx in the Milford market.
Yes, and I'm still not a member, and I refuse to be a member until you guys are open on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
I think they need bar staff. So
Oh yeah, I gotta work. I gotta work to be there. Fair enough. Thanks for coming on the show, and I know we want to talk a few things about your big golf tournament coming up.
Yeah.
It's the 16th annual, I believe.
16th annual, yeah, fundraising golf tournament that raises funds for seven. It was 6 last year. We've added a few. So when I started, I think it was 4. Then a few founding members passed away, so we added memorial scholarships in their name.
Gotcha.
This year is the Jennifer Hussey Memorial Scholarship. A couple of years, or when Marty Hardiman passed away, he was a founding member and the one who started the golf tournament. So we added the Marty Hardiman one, and then so we have a total of 7. Yeah, so it's a good.
They're
cause.
all scholarships.
Yeah, all for local. 5 of them are for Milford high schools, and then 2 of them are for high school students of family members or members of the Irish club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with this tournament, it's going to be. It used to be at Oronoque. Now it's at Orange Hills.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously you're dealing with Jim Hassemeyer will be there. Orange Ale House is always a representative at the beer.
Yeah.
Giving out the beer.
Yeah.
So the tournament date is May 20th. Is a Monday, which is always a good date for a tournament. A Monday.
Yep.
Everyone's coming off the weekend, and they get the long weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Because you got to take the day off from work. Let's just be honest.
That's it. Yeah.
It's a scheduled day off.
Yeah.
So this year it's May 20th, and what's how can people sign up? You still do have a few.
Yeah, we still have
open.
foursomes available. The sorry, I should shut that off. Yeah, we still have foursomes available. If you go on milfordirish.org, there's a golf page there, or there's the Irish Heritage Society Facebook page. There's also a sub page called the Milford Mix. So it's all up there online. So yeah, we have scholarships. The reason we moved the tournament, we usually did at Oronoque, but one of the reasons was they were upping the price on us at Oronoque. Not a terrible amount, but we just felt with the way everything's going in the world, everything's going up.
Yeah.
We wanted to try and keep the pricing around the same, but we're actually reducing it. So it was $185 a player last year, and the previous couple of years we're $165 now. That includes your golf, breakfast, and a lunch buffet. And then what we're doing actually after the tournament this year is, because it's a morning tournament, we're teaming up. The Irish club does a monthly happy hour in a local bar around, so they just pick a bar and do a happy hour there. So what we're doing is we're teaming up with them, so after the golf tournament, the Orange Ale House is going to do a happy hour for us as well, and there's be live music there and some Irish dancing, so the club members who aren't golfers and stuff can still kind of go after it. Yeah. So that's at 4:00 at the.
You have
Orange Ale
Irish
House.
club members that aren't golfers.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a part of the application. You have to golf.
Drinking and a bit of golf.
Drinking's one, and 2 I thought would be golf.
Yeah.
I can do both. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
That's how
I can actually golf better now than I could drink back in the. Does that make sense? Like
Definitely.
I can't drink like I used to.
Right. Yeah.
And I golf pretty much the same way, so I feel like my golf has gotten better than my drinking abilities.
Yeah. I actually only started kind of playing golf when I moved here. in 2012, but I still don't play. Like, I play rarely.
So are you playing in this tournament?
No, I tried that a couple of years ago. Actually, I think it was the year you played in it, and I thought everything was fine. I was out having a few drinks, playing golf, and I was like, "This is fine." And then by the time I got back to the clubhouse, it was just
and
like,
now you got to run the shit.
It was just So I was just like, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
But
so what you mean to tell me is you're not golfing and you're not drinking until after everyone gets
back?
I'll
be drinking. Keep the nerves settled, I suppose. Yeah,
you got a little bit, right?
But that's what I tell people with golf is I don't golf. I drink and beat the ground with expensive sticks.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of us do.
Yeah.
And then we are coming into the golf tournament season. See, I love tournaments more, like especially at my age now and my ability.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm 50 now, and it's like I could still poke a drive here and there and hit some good shots and have a solid round. But I'm not entering any tournaments,
right?
Like real tournaments.
Yeah.
That's why I love. And I always have anxiety. So like if I am just playing around, let's say with you, right, and we're paired up with like two guys, like that makes me anxious. Like, and if they're good, it's like fuck. Like, and now I'm just thinking like, don't hit the fucking ball into the ground. Don't hit it. Like, don't fucking kill the starter over there. But tournament settings, especially after the third hole when you had a couple beers already, and you're rolling up onto the Hasselmeyer's beer tent, and he's always got a couple nips probably back there for you as well. Maybe not. Maybe if you're, in the know. And so I'm always like, this is so much better setting.
Right.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
You need one good hit per hole.
Right.
Or make a putt and then everyone thinks you're God.
Be the finisher.
Yeah.
The guy who can just roll up and
I don't make putts,
hit a putt.
That's not my specialty. I'll get us off the tee.
Right.
That's pretty much it. I'll try to get us out there. But so now when we play golf, like we'll go to Great River a lot, and it's usually me camp and we'll invite two people. And what we do is we play the first 9, our own ball, just play the 9 holes.
Right.
But then the back 9, we'll do like a 2-man cart scramble.
Okay.
Just to make it a little more. I mean,
right.
I don't need to go out here and try to see what the fuck I'm going to score because it's not going to be anything special to write home about. I don't save my scorecards,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what we do now. We do the front 9 just to get loose, and then the back 9 we put drinks on the line.
Right. Because that happens to me whenever I play. I start up, and especially if I'm playing with somebody I don't know, end up getting frustrated.
Right.
And then at one point you're just like, I'm just going to pick up the ball and
keep up with you guys.
I'm in the woods so long. I'm going to drop this hole.
Yeah. I played with a guy last year in Florida. I played with my 2 friends. Tiffany works at this course we played at, and we got paired up with the 4th guy, and he was in my cart, and he was like a golf pro from Pennsylvania. And so now it's like when you play with a pro, you don't want to be the guy that we're all playing from different skill levels off the tee.
Right.
So we compromise. I always play from whites. I'm not playing from the tips. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll play from the blues. Right. Which is whatever. It's only 20 yards a hole. And this guy was good. Like he was smoking 300-yarders all day long, and I'm just like. Sometimes when you play with someone like that, like once you get to know somebody and they see your skill level, it's not that big of a deal, and you get pointers from them. And I almost feel like you actually play a little better because you're maybe concentrating a little more.
Right.
And but then the guy kind of, I don't know, became a douche, like on the back 9, and that could have been because I was drinking with my friends. Yeah. And I was just like, screw this guy.
Right.
But I don't know. But,
in his eyes, you should have been taking it more serious.
Yeah. Like they score for their, USGA handicap and shit. And they purposely miss shots, like to keep their handicap higher. So when it comes tournament time, it's like fudging numbers.
Okay, right. So
I just say, fucking make the putt. I don't give a fuck what you write down on your scorecard.
Yeah.
I'm not checking it. Get your par and write down the double bogey. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But they literally purposely miss shots for that.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Again, I've never gotten so far into it that I'm going
to have a handicap. Yeah. I always write down, 20, 24. Whatever the highest handicap is, throw me down for that.
Right. I usually end up maxing out the card. So it's always just whatever the highest number on that hole is. But I have friends who are, really into golf. A couple of Irish guys. One of my friends in New York, he's good friends with somebody who's friends with Shane Lowry, and he ended up playing a
I follow him on Instagram. He's funny.
Yeah, he played a foursome with Shane Lowry. He was teamed up, so they were playing, a 2-on-2.
Yeah,
and he ended up losing. And
really?
He was like, no, 100% it was Shane Lowry's fault. It's like, yeah, but he is good, but I don't know, is he that good?
Yeah, those guys are good.
Yeah,
those guys are. I mean, I love going to tournaments and just watching these guys hit the ball. It's just,
it's stupid.
It is. I remember we were at in Newport. It was the women's U.S. Open for women. This is going back 12, 13 years probably. And it was at Newport Country Club, I believe. And we had Grey Goose had a tent, and we were there on the Wednesday, the practice round.
Right.
And it was right on 18, and we just watched the girls hit to a landing spot and then hit on the green. And like, granted, there's no pressure because it's a practice round.
Yeah.
But they never missed. Like it was, and they were just sticking the ball on the green. Obviously, when the tournament comes, it's more pressure and things change a little bit. I'm like, God damn, these girls are so fucking good.
Right.
We were at Great River once, and we had, what was the name of the school? There was a college that was they had a tournament there,
right.
And it was Sacred Heart versus like Takeo Post or some school, I forget, and it was 4 Asian girls playing behind us, playing from the blues, as we were driving, playing from the whites, and they were on our ass all day. Like, so bad. I'm like, we're driving and they're on our ass.
Right. It is one of those things. If you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
And if you're bad, you're bad.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really had that one round where I was just like, everything fell into place.
Yeah.
I always get that 7 or 8 on the front or back 9 that just throws it off.
Mine's always that the 2 shots.
Yeah.
Those 2 shots that make you come back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I fucking drive on 15. I waited all day for it. I finally connected. Yeah.
And then you don't do it again.
No. And like, I play Great River all the time, and it's just, there's like 3 or 4 holes that I shouldn't even play it. Just, give myself a triple and just drive on to the next hole, because I'm just not going to perform on it.
That's how I am on most holes. Yeah. So that's the golf. So golf tournament coming up the 20th.
The 20th, May 20th. That's right around the corner.
It is. Yeah. I was hoping to get on here before, but you were away on your trip.
Yeah.
But
sorry about that.
No, you're good. You should have postponed your trip.
I should have. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. So I wasn't able to talk about my trip last week, right? Well, I was able to, but I just figured I'd wait because that's the long.
Yeah, I get to pour this, right?
Yes. Whatever one you want to do.
We'll go with this one.
You want to try this? So you brought this. This is obviously we're drinking Viva Tequila Seltzers on the show.
Yeah.
And how do you like yours, by the way? That we're drinking the water.
Very nice,
the green for Irish.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But you brought something that is exclusive to Ireland. We can't get this in the States, right?
Well, you can get it in the States. It's just they said not in Connecticut because of the distribution laws. They're in New York.
Okay.
It's actually called. This one is the Irish American, but it's Achill Island Distillery, and that's where they filmed that. What's the name? The Banshees. Did you watch that weird Banshees of Inisherin movie? It had Colin Farrell.
What was it called?
Banshees of Inisherin. It was like an old school Irish movie. It was big. It won. I don't know. Did it win Oscars? It won a few things.
If it won an Oscar, I probably didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah. But it was a very weird movie, but everybody was into it because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that was filmed out there. And we went out for my mother's. I was home last year for my mother's 70th, and we went out, and there was just a little distillery. So we drove in. 2 brothers run it now. They said their dad always wanted to open it up, and he.
So are the guys American?
No, they're 2 Irish guys. Actually, one of them was working in New York in finance and moved home because his dad passed away, and they wanted to keep the distillery going. So we just stopped in.
So it's called Irish American Trading Company.
So this is just this one, I think.
So what's the
Achill Distillery?
Achill Distillery.
Yeah, from Achill Island.
Oh, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, but
it's fucking day drinking with dog. Let's go.
Cheers. Cilantro. Pretty light.
Yeah, it's light.
Yeah.
Little peaty. Right? Is that a little earthy?
I don't know if they peat it. I don't know.
It almost has that scotchy flavor to it a little bit.
It's nice.
It is nice. Very nice.
It's nice.
I mean, we will switch to the Redbreast.
Yeah, you can't beat Redbreast.
The old Johnny go-tos.
Yeah. But I just said I got a few bottles because when we went in, they just stopped everything they were doing and just showed us around for an hour.
Yeah.
In the distillery. But sorry, I interrupted with my whiskey story. Your cruise.
Oh, okay. So I'll keep this short and sweet. 2 things I learned. One of them was life-changing. So I've had some serious stomach issues for the good part of the last 6 to 10 months.
Right.
Like, can't figure it out. Went to eating bananas, rice, grilled chicken. Couldn't kick it. You know, the old girl back home's like, it's your alcohol. You know, it's fucking ulcers. Anyway, so actually this Monday coming up, I'm getting an upper GI and a colonoscopy done. Because I think I got to have them see what's going on inside, right? So I go on my cruise. It's like day 2. I'm like, you know what? My fucking stomach feels all right. Kind of weird. And I'm drinking.
Right.
So like day 4, now we're in Bermuda. And I'm like, it's to the point where I forgot about it. Like, it's just the pain's not there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking weird. So now I start eating, you know, staying off the gluten. I was staying off, you know, the dairy. So I fucking make myself a chili cheese dog on the buffet and fucking had some ice cream. And nothing. So now it's the end of the cruise and we're coming back into New York City and what the fuck is it? You know, like, is it mental? Is it like I don't want to feel like crap when I'm on vacation kind of thing?
You're a pirate. You just need to live at sea.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm like, whatever. So I get home. So we get home a couple Sundays ago. And it's now Monday. And I'm sitting on my couch. And sure as shit, my stomach starts hurting. And I'm like, all right. So now it's Tuesday. I'm like, now it's right back to what it was. And I'm like, all right, what am I doing?
Right.
What was on the cruise or not on the cruise that's at home? And then it fucking dawned on me. Poland Spring water bottles.
Uh-huh.
Check this out. So on the ship, I had this drink package, and it included unlimited bottled waters. Well, the bottled waters on the cruise ship were called Flow. They're actually in a box. It's boxed water.
Okay.
Okay? It's like alkaline.
Right.
It's what I drink the whole... Outside of drinking alcohol, it's what I drink. Besides a Starbucks every morning.
Right.
Is what I drank. I've been buying Poland Spring water forever. 3 cases for $11 at Stop and Shop. And I'll drink 8 to 10 a day. So I go on the computer, start Googling this shit. Like, what are the worst bottled waters to buy?
Right.
It was literally #1 worst bottle was Nestle fucking Fairlife, whatever you want to call it. And then #2 was Poland Spring. And they basically say these bottled waters are just tap water.
Right.
And it's how they filter them.
Yeah.
There's no Poland Spring. There's no spring water. And in that plastic, because they make them so thin now, like, you could crunch the bottle almost. Right. A lot of that plastic ends up going into the water. Now, I am not a scientist, but I am convinced this is what was bothering me. So I've switched to literally just drinking tap water or the filtered water, like the Brita at home.
Right.
And then I researched what the good waters are. And there's basically like a top 3. And it's Fiji, Avion, and I think the third one was Voss.
Right.
And those are the 3 best ones, the purest waters. But I think I'm just going to buy what I was drinking on the cruise ship, from Amazon. It's expensive, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I care more about how I feel than... And it's the fucking craziest thing.
Yeah.
I can't explain, like, night and day.
Right.
And it's water.
Yeah, you're 80% water?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But there's stuff I have, what's it called, trace mineral. So it's for if you filter your water that it adds minerals back into it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you just put a few drops into like I have a big water bottle and you just add a few drops back into it and it's adding the minerals that are taken out.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they are, but you can get that on Amazon. It's like $30 or something, but you get it's adding the goodness back in because what all they do is filter it or reverse osmosis it, and it takes everything out of it,
right?
And then it's just water, but there's no nutritional value to it. But then
Right.
what you're saying, yeah, with all the plastic and stuff. It's,
Right, and then actually, this is courtesy of my girlfriend. She said she's read that you leave your water bottle in your car,
Right.
and if it sits in that sun at all,
Yeah.
that actually
that's
gets some of the plastic into
Right.
your water when you drink it.
Yeah, that's a known thing. Yeah,
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never I drink so much water, like literally, I will go through 2 cases of Poland Spring a week.
Yeah.
And
You must be gone bankrupt with the new 10-cent.
No. I'll tell you, Stop and Shop has a good deal. If you get your card, it's 3 24 packs for like $10.88.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just buy 3.
Yeah.
Leave them in my car until I need them in the house. And I'm 100% convinced that is what was bothering me, because day 2 on the cruise without any Poland Spring in me, and I felt fine. And then like day 2 of being home, it's right back to what was going on.
And since you've taken it out, how have you been?
That's what I'm saying. I've been
You've
fine.
been good.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I mean, like literally, like it's crazy. Like I've been eating gluten.
Right.
I've been eating dairy. Like
Drinking. Thank God.
well, this is my last day of drinking until after Monday.
Right.
I gotta be good for the procedures I need done.
Oh, yeah.
And Sunday's Mother's Day. I'm gonna be, not to be graphic, but on the pooper all day doing the prep for fucking a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
I've never had one done. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. You just hit 50. I just hit 40, and that's it's all coming. Everything hurts.
Well, yeah. Oh, God. Just wait till you hit 50. Yeah, I get out of it, especially working. Like, man, I worked last Saturday. It was so fucking busy. It was like a mini Oyster Fest, and I got out of bed Sunday. And thank God it was like raining, and I got called out. I didn't have to work. It was
Right.
7 mile. And it's like just getting from the bed to the bathroom after 12 hours of just running around serving these fucking numbnuts. It's like, but I don't get to serve you anymore. Like, you don't come in, you got the 2 kids now, and
2 kids.
you have happy hours at home.
Happy.
I hear.
It has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we text each other every other day, just saying happy hour, and then a crying face. Yeah, because 2 kids. What have we? A 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. So
You done?
don't get. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know how anybody does 3. God bless them.
My mom and dad were 2. Me and my brother. That was it. Yeah.
One of my uncles at home actually has he has a daughter, and then they had triplets, 3 boys. So yeah, I don't know how. They're 18. They're 19 now.
The triplets are 19?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm godfather to one of them. But yeah, I literally, like, trying to handle one with a 3-year-old, but I'm trying to handle 3 babies at once. I don't know how anybody can do that. Even twins.
Yeah.
I'd just give one away. Figure out.
Give one away.
Figure out which
that's
one you
good for them.
prefer.
Yeah. Especially if they're identical.
Yeah.
That's good for them. All right, quick story number 2. Well, it's kind of a double story. So I took Norwegian Cruise Lines. I've taken them before, but I've never taken them. I haven't gone on a cruise in a long time, and now it's like, you get the all-inclusive, you get the fucking drink package. So I recommend if anyone takes Norwegian, I took the Joy out of New York to Bermuda and back, get the extra. So the drink package is included, which is basically you can get any drink that's under $12, right? If you are a whiskey drinker like you and myself, get the upgraded package.
Right.
First night, I'm at it's like a country bar on the boat. And the lady hands me a drink menu, and there's some pretty legit bourbons on this list, like Blanton's, and there was what they had. They had Redbreast, and they're all listed at $30, $40, $50. They had Hennessy XO for $60. So I just look at the bartender, and I'm like, "What can I get?" And I show her my purple card. She's like, whatever you want.
Wow.
I'm like, holy shit. So now I'm drinking 40, 50, and it was $350 for the upgrade.
Right.
And so the upgrade included all this good stuff, the unlimited flow bottled waters, and unlimited Starbucks.
Right.
For the whole trip.
Nice.
For 7 days.
Yeah, that's
so. I mean, I definitely got my money back. Not that a Redbreast is $35 if you go to a a bar, but still,
you're on a ship.
Yeah, you're on a ship. It's going to be upgraded.
Yeah.
So we get to Bermuda and we do this little sunset cruise excursion thing on a catamaran, and there's like 50 of us on this catamaran. real long story short, this night is we come back into shore by the boat, and I start talking to the captain, and he ends up being the owner of the boat. And I had actually just bought this watch,
Nice.
a little tag on the boat.
Nice.
So he notices it, and he's like, oh, and he's wearing a Breitling. So I have this other story about a Breitling that I found at an airport and returned it to a bartender.
Okay.
And JFK. And I said, I know it's a pilot's. He left. I found it in the bathroom. So he's like, you fucking returned a Breitling? I'm like, dude, it's just karma. I'm a karma guy.
Yeah.
And lady said, well, they have 30 days to claim it. If not, we'll mail it to you. And it's a whole other story. And 30 days later, or probably more like 45 days later, it comes in the mail.
Wow.
So we're just shooting the shit, and I'm like, listen, I can't drink these rum fucking swizzles anymore. Do you have anything else on this boat? And he had the whole bar set up. He's like, yeah, but you got to pay for the shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, blah, 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 blah. So he goes, well, what are you guys doing? So he goes, I go, well, we're going to go over to the Frog and Onion. It's a bar in Bermuda, and watch some sports, because there's no TV on the cruise. There is, but it's all like fucking MSNBC, and that's going to fucking blow my head off with that shit. So we go to the bar. He meets us with his couple deckhands, and now we're bombed. We're doing shots of Casamigos, but what do I care? I just got to walk to my floating hotel over here.
Right.
And he's like, what are you guys doing tomorrow? We're like, well, we were going to go to this little beach over here, because that beach sucks. It's like fucking sand they put over a landfill. He goes, I got a 2 o'clock going out for snorkel if you guys want to come. And I'm like, well, I didn't book it.
Right.
He's like, like, I'm the captain. Like, I'm the captain
Yeah.
now. He's like, no, just show up at 2 o'clock or 1:50. So we get there the next day, and he's like, Mr. Wells, come on the boat. Like, get on here. So we get on the boat. I gave him $100. I think the excursion was like $150 a person. Just give him $100. So now there's only like 14 people. It's pretty cool. He goes, so he gets, like, we all get on the boat, and he's like, listen, you never see a day like, you maybe see a day like this in Bermuda 4 times a year. It was like fucking glass. There was no wind. He goes, we can do the little thing that they told you on their little, excursion sheet, and go into the bay and go see whatever, or I can fucking take you out offshore by where the fucking the reefs are,
right?
And we can snorkel that. So we're all like, let's do it. So he takes us all the way almost to where you can't see the island anymore.
Wow.
And we anchor down, and we just fucking snorkeled like these reefs, and it was fucking amazing, right? So I'm only out there for about 25 minutes. The water was a little cold because this time of year it's not that warm. Get back on the boat. Let's go. So now me and this guy are ripping fucking Casamigo shots on the boat. My girlfriend Nicole looks at me. She's like, how the fuck do you, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you, like fucking... I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, how do you, like, meet these people and they fucking invite you back on board? I'm like, just be nice.
Yeah.
Just be nice and talk to people.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. So we get back into shore. He's like, stay on the boat. Like the night before, he had everyone get off. We stayed on, and we went all the way around the ship to where his slip was. Same thing tonight. So now we get around. Now we're just drinking. They're washing the boat down. I said, now it's the first night of the NFL draft. I'm like, we going back to the bar. I want to watch the Patriots draft at third. He's like, dude, I got to be good tonight. I got to go home. I go, why? What? He goes, dude, I got home last night. My wife was like, have a good day today? And he was all fucked up, and he's like, I met this couple from Connecticut. Oh, they were so nice. They're coming on the boat tomorrow. He goes, I got to be good. I said, you've already ripped like fucking 10 shots with me, bro. He's like, no, I got to go. So then my girlfriend's all bombed up. I walked her back to the boat. I went back out. I went to the Frog and Onion by myself, but there was a lot of, I think the Rangers might have been playing that night, so there's a lot of New York fans because they went out of New York.
Right.
They were coming back. Apparently, I'm walking back to the boat. I don't know. The guy that sold me the watch sees me the next day. He goes, saw you walking back to the boat around midnight last night. You were pretty fucked up. I'm like, hey, you didn't fucking say hi, bro? He goes,
you asked him the time.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is, when you're on a cruise, actually, if you take the Joy within the next, I want to say 5 months, shoot me a text or an email or something, and I'll tell you all the people, because all these guys are contracted on this, thing. They're on the boat till fucking whenever, and
he didn't pull out the upside down pineapple. No.
So I said, dude,
that's where I thought this was going.
I'm so happy you said that. So our buddy John's driving us to the boat, and he says this upside down pineapple thing, and I'm like, I've never heard of it,
Right.
And we're like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, it's like if you're swingers, you put fucking upside down pineapple things on your door. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, I swear. So we're kind of lost the first night. And we walk by this, we're walking down this hallway, and there's a door with like happy birthday and pineapples all over it. So my drunk ass girlfriend's like, look, there's pineapples. And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, they're not upside down. They're just fucking, it's a happy birthday for a 16-year-old. But yeah, that's the thing, huh?
Yeah. I actually sold.
Did you find that out the hard way?
No. I have my upside down. No, I'm joking. I don't know where just all this crap.
Ryan, if you're listening, text me right now. What's really going on?
You just find out everything now on TikTok. But no, I heard about it, and last year I sold a house, and they were like, hot tub is not included, but it's negotiable. And my guys actually were thinking, I had buyers, they were thinking about getting a hot tub. So it was like, oh, this works out. And usually, if people are leaving a hot tub, it's like,
Dude,
$1,000, $2,000 or something like that.
Really? That's an add-on?
Some people might just leave it, but some people might
try 10 cents on a dollar for a used hot tub? You don't even know what's in it. You got to scrub it out.
These guys came back, and they were like, no, they want $9,000 for it. They were like, they bought it 3 years ago.
Was it nice?
No, it was just, it seemed like your regular run-of-the-mill, square hot tub. But then one day, I think I was there for the appraisal or something, and I pulled into and their car was still in the driveway, and they had an upside down pineapple as a bumper sticker on the back window, and I was like, okay, you definitely don't want this hot tub. So God only knows what they were doing in it, but again, they wanted $9,000 for it. Usually it's like you see them on Facebook the whole time for like $2,000 or come take it for free.
Right.
These guys wanted $9,000 for their well used.
Yeah. I was on a cruise years ago, and my mother had these had a friend. They were a gay couple, awesome guys, and they were on the cruise with us. And whatever, one day we're just sitting there, and one of the guys, Andrew's like, "Hey, we're gonna go down to the bar for happy hour if you want to come with us." And what the fuck else is there to do on a cruise but go to the bar at happy hour? Because we're on the ocean. So I said, sure. So we get to this bar, and I'm just looking around, and everybody's fucking gay. Like everybody. And I'm like, what are we at? He's like, oh, it's called Friends of Dorothy. And I'm like, Friends of Dorothy? What the fuck is that? He's like, it's the fucking bat signal for gay people to meet up at a bar. Like Friends of Bill is for AA people, like people that don't drink anymore. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He's like, just enjoying it. And these two kids from like Vancouver came up, started buying me drinks. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll take some drinks. No pineapple. No pineapples though for me, upside down, that's for sure. But I can't believe you mentioned that though, because that was like literally like something you're talking about on the way in.
So yeah, we were just in Cancun, and the same thing. I guess it's a thing now. Like if you're at a hotel or a resort, right, and you just stick an upside down pineapple on your door. But I think Ryan said she saw one. I didn't see any.
Well, Ryan was looking.
Yeah.
And she's shorter than you. You're very tall. You probably walked right by it.
Actually, another story about the drinks, because we did all-inclusive as well, and it was a Biro Star, and we'd stayed with them a couple of years ago in Jamaica. And in Jamaica, you just got your drink package, and that was it. There was no like upgrade. If you wanted the top shelf stuff, you had to pay for it. And we just assumed it was the same.
That's from your wife. Certainly wasn't you, Ryan. So I don't know. Maybe it was.
We assumed it was the same thing. We were just in Cancun. So the first day we were drinking, like getting shots of tequila that somehow tasted like soap. We were just like, oh, it's this cheap all-inclusive stuff. So we were drinking that the whole first day. And then the next day, Ryan was just like, oh, fuck this. I'm not drinking this stuff anymore. She goes, how much is the 1800? And they're like, oh, it's included.
It's crap.
I just assumed we only got the all-inclusive stuff and hadn't got an upgrade. But yeah, they were just like, so then after that, you just had to specify what liquor you wanted.
Right.
So of course, when you go and order, they just use the well or the.
Well, it's the same thing with any bar.
Yeah.
Granted, the prices increase as you go up the ladder, but if it's all-inclusive, you got to ask. Right?
Yeah. So then we got the good stuff after that.
Man, you ever been on a cruise?
No, she refuses. She's like, that sounds like hell to me.
So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram Well, it was on Facebook too.
I saw
it was like day 3, and we had to, like there was no going around this storm.
Right.
We went right through it, and I did like a little Seinfeld reference.
Yeah.
But it was bad. Right. Like, it's bad on a boat when they put the barf bags out on the stairs. But I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me at all. Right. You're drinking, so you're just... sometimes if you time it right, you sway with it. So you're actually walking straight.
Right.
Nicole was a little off.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it.
Yeah. No,
but,
she
But it was... I went out to we had we had a pretty big balcony.
Right.
So the night it was going on, I went out to the balcony, and I just wanted to have my little Henny XO at the end of the night.
Right.
Sit out there. I love the sound. I just love it. I love the ocean. I love the sound of it. Yeah. And I opened the fucking slider, and it's pouring out. It's like right in my face, that suction of the wind. I'm like, I ain't doing that tonight. But we had like right down the hall from us was a brew pub.
Okay.
So I was just like there every night.
Yeah.
Put her to bed, and
I wouldn't mind doing one. This like it's just a big floating hotel where you can go to bed and you're in a new place. But she swears she'll never do one.
And I recommend doing like a Bermuda one only because do it like now, not like 2 weeks ago, or do it like 2 weeks from now when it's a little warmer. The water's warmer. Leaving New York is warmer because it was cold. It's cool. Like you go by the Statue of Liberty, you go under the Verrazano Bridge, and it looks like the boat's gonna hit it. Kind of an optical illusion thing, and it's neat. Just cruising out of Manhattan.
Yeah.
But what I love about the cruise is like you just literally stop in Bermuda for 2 days. Like you go to like the Caribbean, you're island hopping every day. You got to get up at 8 in the morning. You can't. I mean,
that's one thing I don't. I understand.
Dude, when I'm on vacation, I'm on my time.
Right.
Like
I don't want to be on someone's.
And and I give the fucking steward $20 right off the rip. I'm like, you might have to make up my room tomorrow at 2.
Right.
Like seriously, like I'm just. If I want to sleep all day, I'm going to sleep all day.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to do but drink and eat.
Right.
While you're at sea.
Yeah.
We get to Bermuda, you want to explore and do all that stuff. But like, I've been on cruises where you get off in St. Thomas one day at 8 a.m. You got to be back by 6. Your excursion's like 4 or 5 hours, so you really have no time to do anything.
Right.
Other than the excursion.
That's how I am with. Everybody's always saying, "Oh, I'm going to Ireland," and I'm like, "Okay, what are you doing?" They're like, "I'm getting a bus. We're getting a bus tour around." And fair enough, some people like that. It's just not for me to be on somebody else's schedule. Like, you tell me when I have lunch, you tell me when I get up, you tell me where I'm going. Right. Like, I'm not about. So I like to do my own thing when I want to do my own thing.
Right. So speaking of Ireland, a lot of people have been texting me. Is this guy German on your show? No. Are you from Galway?
I'm from Galway.
Galway. Sorry, that was my fault. I fucked that up. So. I've actually known your wife a little longer than I've known you, but I'm still honored to this day that I was invited to your wedding.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad I went, not just to see the nuptials, but to see the motherland,
right?
Ireland itself, and I actually went back again a few years later because I loved it so much, and I plan on. With COVID, I've really kind of just been doing the States tour, just stay in the States. But now I think I'm ready to go back overseas, and I want to do like a London, Scotland, Ireland trip, like all in one, like maybe a 10, 14 day, and bang out a lot. And I think I've done Galway twice, I've done Dublin twice. I might want to. I don't know if
Belfast is though. We've done Belfast.
Yeah, so I was thinking Northern Ireland, do Belfast. The second time I went, we did. So the first time I went was we flew into Dublin, and then we met you guys. What was the name of the hotel?
Salt Hill Hotel.
Salt Hill Hotel, which was gorgeous.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. Salt Hill is a little village just.
And it's almost like a college town, Galway, right?
It is.
It is. Yeah. There's beaches.
There's 2 big universities in the city. Like one of them just on the outskirts, and then one right in the middle of the city centre, essentially. So it is it's a big university town, So that's, if you go out, there's never really a bad night to go out in Galway.
No.
There was a lot of nightclubs, and then since COVID, they've all shut down. But I saw 2 were opening. There was like probably 15 nightclubs in Galway City, and you know how big that is. It's called a city.
Right. Yeah,
It's a big town.
Yeah.
But they all just shut down during COVID. So now all the students go to all the bars where they used to go to the clubs.
Right.
But a couple of the clubs are.
What was the bar we were at before you got married? I remember the bar the day after you got married.
The Keys. Was it the
Keys?
Was there live music?
It was live music. There was kind of an upstairs.
Right. Yeah.
The Keys.
So that's the bar Ryan and I met. in.
That's right. Yep.
Well, I worked.
Yep.
Yeah, I worked there. Well, we both worked there.
Yeah.
She did tickets for the nightclub. So I don't think we saw it. Did we go up to the nightclub part of that?
I don't think so. No.
So yeah, there's two. The bar is 2 floors, and then it's an old Gothic church that they broke down and put all the wooden arches and stuff all in the bar. But then you go upstairs, and there's another 2 floors that are a live music nightclub, and they have the back of the stage is a big organ. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we met, and yeah, that was that the night before or a couple of nights before? I don't know. It was all a big mash to us.
Yeah. So I think I got there the night before.
Okay.
I was there 3 nights. Or night before, then your wedding, and then the day after your wedding, we went to the other bar where you had reserved.
Right.
And
yeah,
they were cooking food outside.
Yeah. That's where Ed Sheeran shot his Galway Girl, part of his Galway Girl video in that bar.
Oh yeah.
We didn't see it in its because we went during the day.
Right.
That place is cool during the night because
Yeah.
they light up. They have a real fire going in there. It's all the stuff hanging from the ceiling. Where we were all kind of outside, but that's it's probably my favorite bar.
I would say one of the problems with like going to Ireland is that it becomes a blur because you just drink so much. But then I figure, well, I go everywhere I go. If I'm on vacation, I'm drinking a lot regardless.
Yeah.
But like what
I feel like it was. I don't know if it's like the euro or because you're drinking domestic over there. Like I just didn't think it was expensive.
Yeah.
Like they had like Redbreast 18 for like €15, and I'm like, I'll take 10 of those. Like, let's go.
I don't know because it's. I always say it's similar-ish to here. You're not getting a pint of Guinness for less than like €6.
Yeah, well, I feel like Dublin was a little more because Dublin was a little more city centric.
Yeah.
Galway I think was a little cheaper. But then when I went the second time, we did this. All right, first of all, I can't drive on the other side of the street, so I've never rented a car there. The first year I went, I was dating Megan, and her father-in-law or stepfather, excuse me, drove us from the airport to her mother's house.
Right.
And I thought I was going to die.
Did she drive you to Galway?
She did.
I remember.
Yeah, she drove us. She drove me, Todd, and Aubrey to fucking Galway, and I'm like, I can't. She like wanted me. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm gonna get us killed. So anyway, whatever. So second time I went, we actually took the train. We flew in that morning to Dublin, or the overnight, and then we took the train from Dublin to Galway.
Right.
And then we did buses to Kilcarney, to Cork.
Yeah.
There was another one in there. I forget. We played golf at Foda Island.
Okay.
Where there was a zoo.
Yeah.
So the girls went to the zoo, and me and Camp played golf. And then we went back to Dublin for 2 nights. Actually met some friends from the States over there. And the second time I went, the first time I went, I was not impressed with the food.
Right.
I don't know if I went to the wrong places.
You must have, yeah.
Because the second time I went, I'm like, holy shit! How did I miss this the first time?
The food's really
really
good over there, and it's all like fresh. That's it. I learned a thing recently about why the Irish food was always considered kind of bland.
Yeah.
And it's because we had such abundance of fresh food outside of the famine.
You use 3 ingredients: potatoes.
Yeah, but you
beef.
Pluck them out of the ground and cook them, and they're nice and fresh. Where we didn't have to preserve stuff because the weather never gets too hot, never gets too cold, so you didn't have to worry about your food rotting that much. So that's why a lot of the other places, hot countries, all had to deal with salting and stuff to preserve their food.
Yeah, before there
so
was
that's
ice.
why Ireland was just like, oh no, pick it out of the ground, throw it and boil it. But now, we figured out that there's all this great food that we can cook properly now, and it's fantastic.
I just still can't get on board with breakfast there, though. I can't.
Blood sausage.
Oh,
it's so good.
No.
It's called pudding.
I know. I was like, we're having pudding for breakfast.
No. Yeah, I love it, but I guess
I was just trying to find a bagel with cream cheese wherever I could.
That's the good thing is if you look for something, you'll find it over there. Yeah. Because Ireland and America have such we're always just trying to play catch up over here.
We went. What's the town? If Camp was sitting here, you'd know. So we took a little train ride out of Dublin north to a little port city town. It wasn't far, maybe a 15-minute train ride. And it had a little a little port district, and then they had like a little, not a boardwalk, but they had a little area where, there's probably 5 or 6 restaurants, and we went to a little restaurant there. We were just exploring. Again, I don't have the memory for this. Camp's really good with shit like this. But that's where I had the best, like, fish and chips and fried shrimp, and it was awesome. I mean, because, like, a lot of the places we went to the second time were, I wouldn't want to say Americanized restaurants, but they were higher end restaurants that served shit that I knew what was. Right. And it was all, 5-star, top notch.
That's the seafood over there is top. Unfortunately, I don't eat any fish. So,
I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat, fried, or I eat, I'll eat shrimp and stuff, but I don't like fish.
Yeah, me either.
You want to fillet me up a fish or salmon? I don't eat any of that shit.
That's what I do. I'll eat some, fried cod with ketchup. Yeah, like a child.
A lot of tartar.
Yeah.
Oh, ketchup.
Yeah. Or curry. Did you try the curry?
So Megan used to say curry all the fucking time to me, and I just thought it was Indian food.
Right.
It's not.
No, it's like an Irish and English version of. It's a curry sauce. Yeah. Same kind of base, but for some reason we latched onto it with like fried food. So curry fries. Yeah. Or curry chips, we call them. Yeah. Chips or fries.
There was a little place in Galway we went to, like it was a walk-up stand, and we got fries, chips and fish and chips. Where like Supermax's.
Yeah.
It was like across the street from that. Or not like directly, but it was in that little area. Right when you start walking in. Because when we stayed the second time, we stayed at Jury's Inn.
Okay, yeah. That's a nice spot.
Oh my God. We had this fucking room. Yeah. It was right outside the waterway.
Right. Yeah.
And you just open the window, and it was just, they must have had like 3 storms before we got there, because the water was so high, almost to the footbridge, and it was just running. And I slept so good. Yeah. Like, it's every morning. I'm like,
that's the fastest flowing river through any city in Europe. That little river. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Is
that like one of those little things you learned in school?
No, I'm one of those people that just has a head full of random nonsense.
Warm. The fastest flowing. Well, we're drinking whiskey now. Yeah. Ready to switch to some red breast or what? Why don't you just grab it? We don't want to mix. There's 2 glasses right up there. Yeah. We won't mix this stuff. Well, like I said, we always get off track. So, since I've had McCabe and Flynn on.
Yeah.
Now you. Talk a little bit about the Irish Club and how to become a member and hours of op and what you guys, outside of the fundraising you guys do. You guys do a lot of good, and you guys are down in the Devon area, and you got your own club.
Actually, a funny story. You were the first one to bring me down there.
I was?
Yeah. It was when you were seeing Megan again.
Yeah.
And we were in Stonebridge. I don't know, were you getting off early or something? We were like, oh, we're going down to the Irish Club. I was like, I didn't even know there was an Irish Club in Milford.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, we're going down. And I think somebody had to sign us in.
Yeah. That's when I believe Jane was. Was it Jane was the signing us in?
I couldn't tell you, but we went down there and had a
my buddy time. Bernie Martin,
right,
who might be a member there now, or maybe he's not anymore.
I couldn't tell you.
No,
I don't. To be honest, I don't get down there. Like when we first joined, we used to go down for trivia. They do trivia on a Thursday and stuff. We used to go down for that all the time.
So you basically owe your life to me.
Yeah. You've been at all my major life events.
Haven't I? It's crazy, right? Except the birth of your children, but other than that.
You were there with the conception with the upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That's,
and your team won the rugby championship when I was there, right?
Yeah, Connacht rugby. Connacht is the province. So Galway, Mayo, Roscommon, Leitrim. That's it. Or Connacht.
Yeah.
Then all the 32 counties are broke into Ulster, Connacht, Leinster, and Munster. If you've ever heard of those.
Yeah. The Munsters I've heard of.
Yeah. But the Irish Club, like I said, you got me down there. I didn't even know it was there, and then I fit in just fine. I think, with my accent and from Ireland. You didn't need to show your heritage line, right? Yeah. They just you're good, you're in. But I had applied for the Fairfield one.
Now I heard that one's huge, right?
But I applied for it, and because I was in the country more than 6 months, I went on a waiting list. And then I talked to a few people who were like, "No, you should get straight in." And then they eventually emailed me saying, "Actually, you're in. Just send us your registration." And it was a few hundred, and I think it was just before Christmas. And I was just like, eh. And then I found out about the Milford one, so I was just like,
I'd rather go there.
Yeah. You know, I can't remember what it is, but I think a family membership at the Milford one is $70.
Yeah.
You know, and then
So it's not like an Elks Club where like you can just get in nationally anywhere, right? You have to be localized.
Yeah, well, this is the Irish Heritage Society of Milford. You know, people say Irish Club as a kind of broad, but they're not affiliated with each other whatsoever. It's just Irish people or of Irish heritage. So, yeah, I think $70, and there's a bar, and they do like the St. Patrick's Day parade and stuff is a separate entity, but you know, it's mostly the club members and stuff like that, and the Irish festival is from the club. So there's a Sláinte then is the golf shirt. Yeah. But Sláinte is the charitable side, so it's a 501c3 of the Irish club, and we do a lot of fundraising then for those 7 scholarships, and then we also support Irish heritage and culture stuff. So we donate to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Then there's a lot of stuff on in the club. You know, they do movie nights where they show Irish movies and stuff like that. And you don't have to be, you know, once removed.
Is there a good Irish movie?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Let me think.
Is Colin Farrell in it?
Yeah, he's in it. Fucking Colin fucking Farrell. That's how he got famous.
Wait, what was the one? The Boondock Saints. That was Irish. Those are Irish guys, right? No. Were they Scottish?
No, they were supposed to be Irish, but they weren't.
Well, no, but it was an Irish.
Yeah, I think they were Irish anyway. It's been a while since I've seen that. I would imagine so, Irish, because they were Boston, weren't they?
Yeah, I didn't see the movie.
I saw it years and years ago. But
speaking of Colin Farrell, okay, we're having some fucking whiskey now. You ever seen In Bruges?
Yeah,
that is a fucking good movie.
Yeah. So that's who does Banshees of it. It's him and Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a very deep. Like a lot of people watched it and they're like, "What the fuck is that about?"
Right.
And all I took out of it was in part of it. It's Colin Farrell's trying to be Brendan Gleeson's friend through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Brendan Gleeson wants him to leave him alone. He said, "If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to cut my fingers off."
Yeah.
And he won't leave him alone, so he cuts his fingers off and sends them to him. And all I took from the movie was like an Irishman would rather cut his fingers off than talk about his feelings. That's what I took away from it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Yeah. Now, why do Irish or English actors can speak American so well? Like,
couldn't tell you.
But like, can you speak American? Go ahead. Like, try to have like a Connecticut dialect.
Connecticut's weird. It's like in between
New York.
I can do it. You're putting me on the spot here. Hi, how you doing?
I don't know that one. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like you see, like I didn't know Colin Farrell was Irish until they do these movies, and then you sit down and watch like the behind the scenes, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That dude ain't from here.
I don't know why
weird.
It is, but it doesn't translate.
It doesn't translate the other way, is what I'm saying. Like I can't. I'm not even going to attempt to do an Irish accent. No.
You get some people when you're talking to them, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm of Irish heritage," and they'll kind of slowly start changing their voice to an Irish accent, and you're just like, please stop that.
Yeah. But when I did it, Megan, I was always trying to, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not gonna bother trying.
Yeah.
You know what? That's your guy's specialty.
Although I'm losing mine.
A little. You know what? I was gonna say when I first met you, it was much more.
Yeah. Well, Galway's pretty.
Plus, you're in real estate, so you got to relate to the people you're trying to sell the houses to.
When I first came over here, I used to, doing a lot of calls and stuff, and I'd be talking to somebody I'd be talking for a couple of minutes, explaining something, and they'd be just, I haven't a clue what you just said.
I would tell them to slow down all the fucking time. Just slow down.
Subconsciously, so I don't do it on purpose, but
right.
But Ryan said now, if I am talking to one of my Irish friends or my family on the phone or anything, it picks back up.
Rambling right on. Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I definitely subconsciously slowed things down. And Galway as well is it would be where the more easier accents in Galway or in Ireland to understand. Like Dublin's very thick, Cork are very thick.
Yeah.
Belfast, when you go to Belfast, or if you go to Belfast, you won't have a clue what they're saying. Even like that, when I was working at the Keys, there was a bouncer that worked with me, and one of the first nights I was working, there was a little, literally from here to the wall, there was a little shop across the road.
Yeah.
So I was going over to get a bottle of water or some gum or something, and I was just like, "Do you want it?" And he goes, "Get Tana Rabo." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Tana Rabo." I was just.
Is that a tin of Red Bull?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Nice.
But I was like walking on.
I mean, we don't even say that in the States. Just, you want a Red Bull?
Yeah, tin of Red Bull.
Tin of Red Bull.
But if you do, that'll all come rushing back to you when you go, or if you go to Belfast.
There. Yeah.
There's very thick, and we is a wee can of Red Bull. Everything's wee, meaning small, but they just put it in front of everything.
Oh, yeah, we a little bit of whiskey.
Yeah. But they say it literally in front of everything.
Really?
But we went.
There you go.
Yeah, we went up and we stayed in the Titanic Hotel up there, which is the Titanic was built.
Is that where? Oh, where it was built?
It was built.
Where did it take off of?
It went from London, or not
Liverpool,
and then it stopped in Cove and Cork, and then was heading over. So yeah, their biggest.
Where did Leonardo DiCaprio get on it?
Cove and Cork.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Anyway.
That's where it took off for its final voyage.
So the majority of people would have gone on in Liverpool, and then it did a stop in Cove.
That's where he won his little poker bet and he fucking ran on the boat.
I don't know. I think it was Ireland, because he was supposed to be Irish in it, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's supposed to be
another one. Yeah.
But yeah, that's their big.
They just can't cast you in the role. They got to get Leonardo.
Their big claim to fame in Belfast is we built the biggest disaster on the sea. But it's really nice.
How's the political climate up there?
It's a lot better.
It a lot better than it used to be?
Yeah. Like I remember years ago when I was, I want to say like 10 years old, my mother's company was based up in Carrickfergus, which is more north. It would be more loyalist or Protestant country. And I went in and I think we stopped at a gas station, petrol station up there. And I was buying a bag of chips. And I went in and I had an old pound coin.
When you say chips, you mean chips? Or do you mean fries?
Crisps.
Chips. Okay, crisps. Yeah.
And I was trying, at the time we didn't have the euro, we had Irish pounds, and there was a pound coin. And I remember I went to pay with my pound coin, and this old lady behind the counter goes, "Get out of my store with your Catholic money." Oh. To a 10-year-old.
Right. Jesus.
So
harsh.
Yeah, no, but it is, that's, some of them are diehards up there.
Yeah.
So you will, if you're driving around, you literally drive down the street and there'll just be Union Jack.
I mean, Irish car bags. It comes from that area, right?
Yeah. That was the IRA stuff.
The IRA stuff, right?
That was their go-to means of delivering bombs.
By the way, Ireland has the best potato chip in the world.
Which
potatoes?
One? Oh yeah, Tato.
Potatoes?
Well, potatoes are like the original. There's other ones, Kyo's.
Oh yeah.
But they.
My friends Brooke and Allie that came with us on my second trip. Not that, I don't know if it was their first, but they show Allie will order them online all the time.
Right. Yeah, I get some ordered from Amazon.
And it's the what's it? Onion?
Cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion. Yes.
Which, another fun fact, random.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot it.
Was the first flavor ever put on a chip.
Was
an Irish guy, Spud Murphy was his name.
Come on.
No, really, yeah.
Like legit name, or that he just kind of...
No, I think he made up his own name because he was
starting my name's Jeremy. Yeah.
So he started. So the first two flavors were cheese and onion and salt and vinegar.
That was the worst. That's still the worst flavor in chip industry.
Salt and vinegar. Yeah.
You do?
Each their own.
It's disgusting.
A lot of people say cheese and onion is disgusting.
Well, I mean,
it's like sour cream and onion. It's like,
no, 100%. Yeah, it's I say 100% just to piss my brother off because he hates when I say that.
Yeah.
So,
No, yeah, I like the salty vin.
My favorite chip is Ruffles, sour cream, and cheddar.
Ruffles.
I had a couple today.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Mine are Kyo, and you can actually get them at Big Y. Next time you're in Big Y, if you go to the deli, they have Kyo's cheese and onion. I don't know how Big Y ended up getting them in, just randomly. Yeah, I was at Big Y in Derby. I'm assuming they'd have them in the Milford one as well.
Probably all the same.
But they don't have them like in the chip aisle. They're just in the front of the deli. You'll see it Kyo's, Keo.
They might. So I haven't really been in there yet, but a little smoke shop they just opened up outside of Stonebridge.
Yeah,
they have probably the best not Ruffles. What's the fucking Pringles? They probably have the best Pringle selection I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But as I walk by there every day going to work, they have a lot of foreign stuff there.
Right.
I don't know if there could be some Irish chips in there. I haven't really searched around.
Right.
But, you see like the Japanese labels and all this other stuff. It's just shit when you're high,
like, the international market.
The international chip market is pretty strong down there.
But if she likes cheese and onion, tell her to get some of those. The cheese and onion and Big Y at the deli.
Big Y at the deli. All right.
Big Y, pay me.
All right, so you know nothing about hockey. You know nothing about basketball.
No.
You're all rugby and probably a little bit of soccer, I'm assuming.
No soccer.
No?
No, yeah, I'm not into soccer. Just the rugby.
So there's something brewing right now that could really be taking over the local douchebags in the next week. And that's New York versus Boston sports.
Everything?
And,
hockey?
Hockey and basketball.
Okay. They're actually the two American sports that I probably get behind because they're faster paced. It's not all the stopping and starting.
Yeah, like baseball. Yeah. So the Rangers are up 2-0, the Bruins are up 1-0, and then the Celtics are up 1-0, and the Knicks are up 1-0. And if either way, if all those teams win their series, they're facing off the end of next week for all the marbles to go to the championship round. And I'm kind of like, I'm not worried about the Knicks because the Celtics are so good, and having an Irishman on my show is fucking perfect for that. But the Rangers are really good, and the Bruins I'm still not really sold on, and it's just I just don't want. I don't know. I hate, and I don't talk a lot of shit about sports. Like I had the Patriots for fucking 2 decades,
right?
And I didn't really talk. I mean, yeah, there was a little smack talk here and there, but like I just don't like. I get over losses quickly. I don't let it fucking. When I was younger, I didn't. It would like stick with me. But now I'm older. I'm like, life goes on. It's sports.
Are you all the Boston teams?
I am all Boston teams. Yeah. But I just feel like all the Dallas Cowboy idiot fans the energy is going to come out of New York next week if we all play each other. And I don't know how to attack it. I don't know should I just go balls in, like fuck it, like I'm just gonna be an asshole and just like. But then that backfires on you, and you gotta like. I don't know.
You just stay quiet for a couple days.
So all right. So rugby's the big sport for you, right?
Yeah.
So when we were in Ireland, it was the Galway's team was playing. Who were they playing?
Jeez, I can't even remember.
But was it an Ireland team?
No, I think it was a French team.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But like, so say Galway plays Dublin, right, and you guys hate each other, like sports wise, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to like just kind of go all in and be like, you know what, fuck the Rangers, fuck the fucking Knicks. I'm not even worried about the Knicks, but the Rangers I would be worried about because they are a good team. But I'm just like, you know what, let the chips fall where they may.
Isn't that just getting behind your team?
It is, but. I don't know. I think I want to do I want to do like a heel turn. I want to maybe be a heel for once in a while because I'm never really a heel.
Right.
Like when I was a Patriots fan and we were winning, but we lost some. We lost in New York twice.
Right.
And it's like it's all they talk about to this day is we beat Tom Brady twice. Like they had the fucking. You didn't happen to see the Tom Brady roast the other night, did you?
I just said we need to watch that, so I haven't.
Oh my god!
But I'm gonna. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And. Eli Manning posted something on Facebook or Twitter or something like, oh, I didn't go to the roast because I didn't want to roast Brady for the 3rd time, something like that. And I'm like, you said roast twice in the same statement. Like, you're an idiot. But in my head, I'm like, no, I'm an idiot because I'm saying that.
Right.
Like, I don't like getting into these conversations.
Where are these conversations happening? Online?
Oh, yeah. Keyboard Warriors, baby.
Right, okay.
Come on now. No one's calling me up and asking me about this shit.
That's one thing. I don't comment really on much stuff. Mm. But again, if your team, get behind them. A bunch of,
you can see I'm behind my fucking teams. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. Like Boston has won so much in the last 25 years of my life.
Right. 6
Super Bowls, 4 World Series, NBA championship, Stanley Cup.
Right.
And I'm a UConn fan, so won fucking what is it now? 5, 6 championships they've won.
Right.
Like I've been pretty blessed to root for teams that have won.
I was going to say, do you have secondary teams that you have?
I don't.
I don't. So I grew up in Philly for a little bit when I was, so
scumbags.
That's
all I hear. I don't.
No, they are. No, you're not wrong. But I could never just. And this is what is crazy to me when I talk to people that, they're from America and they grew up and they have they're a Cowboy fan, a Yankee fan, and this and that. I'm like, my parents weren't huge sports fans.
Right.
My brother really isn't a huge sports fan. Like I'll be like, oh, did you see the game last night? He's like, I fell asleep. I have to watch it to the end,
right,
to its entirety. Unless it's a blowout, then I'll go to bed.
Like a proper fan.
Yeah. But I'm like, I just don't understand. It's Boston and that's it. I could never ever root for another. I will quietly root. When my team's out, I'll pick a side,
right,
just for rooting interest, or betting interest.
Well, that's how I am. We watch. My wife is all New York Giants and Yankees.
That's why I didn't like her. I don't think you guys should have gotten married.
So I say I'm New York. I'm New York teams just by default.
Yeah.
But actually, again, for my mother's company, the Irish headquarters were in Carrickfergus, but the world headquarters were in Dallas, and they used to get flown over once a year for a big meeting.
Yeah.
And they used to do all the corporate shit, and they'd bring them to Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, that's nice.
She used to come back with signed posters about all the cheerleaders to Alan and stuff. So I had all the cheerleader posters and an Emmett Smith jersey, and had no clue about American football. But
do you understand it now, being here for a while, or you just don't really pay too much mind?
So I understand it. What I feel like you either need to grow up with it or play to understand all the moves and the way they're lining up and all that stuff.
Right.
So, and I enjoy watching football. It's just sometimes it's just so long. Yeah. But I love what they've done with the Sunday and stuff. We go over to a friend's house, make a few dips, and everybody hang out and have a few beers on a Sunday, which is nice. And get home by 6 and function on Monday.
Right.
They should change the Super Bowl though to
Saturday. They are.
Oh, they are.
No. So what they're doing is it's not happening this season, but probably next. Is they're adding another game.
Okay.
So it's going to be 18 games. Or they're adding another bye week. It's one of the two, which then pushes the Super Bowl off to, I believe it's President's Day weekend.
Okay.
So a lot of people have that Monday off. Okay, right. So it's going to stay on Sunday, but a lot of people have the holiday off.
Look at them thinking with their heads.
Yeah, finally. Jesus Christ. It's so funny though, football now. I watched it my whole life, and believe me, I grew up in the doldrum years of the Patriots. They were awful. They were 1-15 every year. But just how it's become, it's just a television show now.
Yeah,
it's
entertainment.
Really, it's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's funny how they joke about how it's scripted and all that. And I'm a big conspiracy theorist, so it doesn't go over my head that a lot of this shit probably is a little bit scripted because when there's referees involved, it's like gymnastics or figure skating, when there's, judges involved, they can do whatever they want that day.
There's actually a great Irish boxer, he's professional now, he was in the Olympics, literally bet the head off a guy. He's actually from Northern Ireland. And there's a great picture of him just walking around at the end doing this to all the judges. Yeah. Just literally walked around the ring doing this because everybody knew he won it.
Yeah.
But that's one of the most corrupt sports there is, Olympic boxing.
A lot of U.S. Olympic boxers that should have won and they didn't, and it's funny how I think judge sports are some of the craziest things.
Yeah.
How do you become such an acclaimed judge? It's almost like who guards the guards themselves, right? Yeah. Who judges the judges?
Right.
Or
the commissioner.
Do we grade the judges? They grade the umpires in baseball now, but who's grading the graders?
Yeah.
Do you
watch UFC or no?
I don't. I'm always working Saturday nights. I follow it a little bit. I've been to some events that are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I've never really got fully engaged in it.
Remember last year that Sugar Sean O'Malley guy definitely lost the fight. And
I got a Colin McGregor cutout on the other side of this door. You want to take it home with you?
No.
He's not your guy?
Nah.
No proper 12 for you?
No, but I think they might be sponsoring the golf tournament, so we might have some Irish coffees.
Let's go.
But at the end of that fight, it was close, but he definitely didn't win it, and then he won it, I think, unanimously. But I was just you can tell he's their new Golden Boy McGregor kind of coming up, so they
yeah.
can't have him lose. So you know, I was just like, I bet you he's going to win, and then they called it for him to win.
Well, that's where you bet.
Yeah,
go with your instinct on that shit.
I'm not a betting man either.
No.
Again, it's not. It's.
I haven't placed a bet in a while since UConn won. But football's going to be upon us in basically 3 months.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly this calendar... I say it every fucking lead to my show, how quickly this calendar turns.
Oh, it's... The weeks just...
It's just they fly by.
Actually, Ryan's out. My wife was always... She's like, oh, I can't believe it's only Monday. I'm like, it's practically Friday. Because tomorrow's Tuesday, which is essentially Wednesday, which is already Friday.
I know, my girlfriend has like a 4-day work week now, and it's like, so like, tomorrow's her Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, you just started... Yes? No, what the fuck, dude?
What does she do?
She's a dermatology nurse in Orange.
Okay.
So, I was noting something on your forehead. Maybe she can check it out for you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You have that
I should have just washed.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up with this. The Celtics will win. The Bruins will win. New York will lose everything. And again, you're here for the tournament.
Yeah.
Irish Heritage Society, Sláinte. Cilantro. That was our joke when we first went. Like, I couldn't say it, and I still can't. I'm not going to lie. I still can't say it. So we were just like, me and Todd Healy were like, all right, just cilantro. Fuck.
All right. The good thing is Irish people usually have a good sense of humor. So
for the most part.
Although we don't have cilantro. We've coriander. It's the same thing with a different name. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cilantro, I think, is... is used a lot in the Mexican food, but it's the same thing over there. It's like, what do we have? You've courgette, which we call aubergine, but anyway, cilantro is.
I don't know. You call fucking pudding for breakfast, and it's fucking disgusting.
Blood sausage.
Yeah, blood.
I'm always trying to get.
Actually, the white one is. What's the white one?
So it's essentially a sausage. It's a sausage with spices, and there's usually a bit of oats and stuff in it. But
the white one I could handle. The blood one, no.
It's so good.
Well, you're from there.
Yeah.
I mean...
But I'm actually a very picky eater, so I'm surprised that I do like it. But it's one of those things I do like, being a picky eater.
All right. Tell us one thing about you that no one knows.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know why I just popped that up. That was a Redbreast question. What's your favorite whiskey outside of Redbreast? How's that? What? Well, like if I go to Ireland, not even if I go to Ireland, if this is my last meal, what whiskey are you serving me? I don't care how expensive it is. I don't care what are you serving me?
Probably Middleton.
Ooh.
Yeah. Middleton, extra rare, very rare.
Very rare.
Yeah. You know, the more expensive, the better.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily, but
true. But generally speaking.
Yeah. I'm not everybody, especially when I first moved over here, I'd go into a bar and everybody would be like, oh, you're Irish, here's a shot of Jameson. I don't like Jameson.
See, now, I like Jameson.
I like Jameson and ginger. But I don't like...
so, kind of my rule of thumb with bourbons, because I'm American, is if it's a really good bourbon, you just kind of drink it neat. Mm-hmm. Or maybe a cube. I don't like cold bourbon. Right. I feel like if you were to put a cube in a Jameson... Like, if I was doing a shot of Jameson and you chilled it, I'd probably throw up.
Right.
It just changes the complexity of it so much.
Yeah.
But Jameson as is, I love it.
Right.
I just do. I like Tullamore just a little slightly below Jameson. Yeah. Jameson's my go-to. Oh, for a lot of reasons. The price point, yes, I will get into some other shit that is better than Jameson, but let's be honest, it's just not...
Yeah.
It's not doable for an everyday drinking whiskey.
Right.
So, like, bourbon, like, it's funny. I was just, I was at a wake the other day, and I met a friend of mine, and we went over to Founders, and he ordered a Basil Hayden on the rocks. So, keeping with him, I said, I'll do a Basil Hayden, but I'm going to do it, as a Manhattan or an old-fashioned I got. Mm-hmm. So I'll do an old-fashioned. And he looks at me and goes, you're going to do Basil Hayden as an old-fashioned? And I said, this is probably the top of the bourbon scale that I'm actually going to make a drink out of.
Right.
I start going above this. No, I'm not mixing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do a old fashioned too. So we both did the old fashioned. He looks at me. This is fucking fantastic. I go, I know.
Let's try that.
And he said, my friend had me do an Angel's Envy one. He goes, but I feel like it ruined the Angel's Envy. I go, well, yeah. Like once you get up that scale,
right,
you have to cut it off.
Yeah. It's not mixable.
And Jameson you can do with ginger. Right. I pour them all the time. Yeah. I don't particularly, but I understand where that that mindset comes from.
Yeah, I just don't. Jameson neat or shots, not for me. Tully is good to go.
Obviously, you know Ed Cleary very well.
Do I?
Yeah, Ed. He's at the Irish.
I know the name. That's
Bald
the thing.
guy. Used to work. He's a UPS driver. No.
Again, I don't get down there as much.
Well, you know what? Stop having fucking kids,
I
dude.
know. Yeah.
Jesus.
I haven't been down there properly in.
Anyway, he won't drink anything but Tully.
Yeah.
And then I finally found out why, because his family's from Tullamore. And I said, "That's why."
I'm paying into the.
Like, I'm gonna buy you a shot of Jameson, you're gonna refuse it.
Right.
Like, come on.
Well, that's it. You don't refuse it. It's just.
Oh, he does. He'll refuse
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's like, no, it's gotta be Tully. And I'm like, all right. Speaking of Tully, I got the Tully honey up there if you want to try that after.
I will.
I'm not a big fan.
No.
No.
I don't love the
Flavored whiskeys.
Yeah, no.
Actually, proper 12 apple is not bad.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Because I remember actually in Stonebridge one day I was in there and they had Paddy apple. And
oh, we did? Yeah.
Like, oh, interesting.
Because everybody was a rando bottle that they fucking gifted us.
But that's when I first came over here, everybody's like, "What's the big whiskey in Ireland?" I was like, "Paddy." You open up any liquor cabinet in Ireland, there's a bottle of Paddy.
Yeah. Oh man, Al, thanks so much for coming on again. May 20th is the 16th annual. Say it.
Sláinte
golf tournament. It supports a lot of scholarships. 7 of them now, right? You said seven scholarships.
So go on milfordirish.org if you want to play or sponsor.
And if you are 190th Irish, I think you can join.
Yeah.
Something like
just
that.
Submit an application.
It's fun. Just say your grandfather was a grandfather of a grandfather
Yeah.
of an Irish person, and I think you can get in.
Yeah.
And
they'll review your application.
Yeah.
But no.
Seriously though, it's if you have any heritage, definitely go down there. The Guinnesses are cheap
and good. It's probably like one of the best pints because again, Guinness doesn't travel, but they do a good job down there.
Well, I have gotten my certificate twice though.
Yeah.
I've been to the Gravity Bar twice, and I've gotten my certificate. Is that what they call it, the Gravity Bar? Something like that, right?
I think it is.
Guinness?
Yeah, I think it is a Gravity Bar.
Yeah, so I got my certificate twice, so I'm an official Guinness pourer. Not that it's fucking hard to do, but
you whip it out every time anyone.
Hey, when I'm busy, I just don't even do it. I just fast pour. There you go. Especially on fucking parade day. Al, thanks again so much. We'll chat after the show. Have a couple more whiskeys. Thanks again, everybody, and check out the Irish Heritage Society, the golf tournament, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you next week. Next week we are getting a little bit crazy. Talking about some conspiracy theories. I have a friend that was on the floor of the Las Vegas shooting at the country concert about almost 7 years ago in October. I think it'll be, maybe even 8. And we're gonna discuss all our theories on that and how he survived it, how his family survived it, and all that stuff that goes into it. So stay tuned for that next Wednesday. Alan, thanks again.
Thank you.
You were great. I love having a better voice than mine on the show. Irish accents always get me. Thanks, buddy.